My husband used to moonshine. He used to work for people that hired him for the make the moonshine, and they used to make about 40 and 50 gallons in 2 days. They had someone that always come and tell them that head people when there was good laws coming in, and then they'd break up and move somewhere else and hide the chemicals and things so they could come back again.
I didn't know until my sister, she was 6 years older than me, told me that this whiskey, had whiskey in a jar, this bootleg whiskey, upstairs in the same trunk that I used.
They was just about ready for the pull out. They had one more kettle for to tear wood for the heat, the mash.
The man out at the lighthouse would come once a week to buy whiskey from him. And he would go down to the oyster house and sell him this whiskey. We didn't know what he was doing down there because he wouldn't let us go down there. He'd let Ben go down there because Ben was the youngest one and we didn't know what was going on.
He had an old horse would hold the logs down to where they made the whiskey at, and said they had to go get one more log, and said he had to go horse and went up to the woods to get the log. And when they looked out, said, "Oh, holler, look out, look out." And he looked out when the Red News was right up on him because he never wore the high-top boots and he never tied them up. And so they got him.
And the man was named, I know they call him Midget. And Ben would call him Uncle Midget.
Then they carried him down to London Town Jail and locked him up. And then these people down there was just same as sisters and brothers, what have you done? You just got off with it. And then they told him, give him 30 days in jail, and told him he could go anywhere he wanted in the day, but be back there 6 o'clock at night. And they gave him the key for the leave when he went out, and the key for the open, and come back in. We raised chickens and all, and he found them on the water, and had fish and crabs and oysters, and then we raised a garden and had vegetables, and some are canned and preserved and all. Have to have things for winter.
I didn't get any further than the 8th grade. Because it was during the Depression, didn't have any shoes. My father could have sent me shoes, but he'd be so long sending shoes until they put cardboard in the shoes when when they wore out. And around the water, that didn't even last until you got to school.
My family was very good and worked hard and tried to raise stuff and all for to have, for food and all. And then what little work they had out, they supplied the children with clothes and things.
So and then the high school closed because they didn't have any money to keep it open.
The world's #1 arsonist and killer declares the war on the United States. But overnight, the nation was united in an all-out determination to avenge the hideous assault on American lives and property. Our battle cry is, remember Pearl Harbor. The President's signature speeds our total defense, energies, and resources to all-out victory.
Each hour, and the enemy's hedgehog defenses are ahead. This is the supreme moment of invasion. This is frontal assault on an entrenched enemy.
30 days after the actual bombing, thousands continue to die of burns and shock. Latest reports from the Japanese say that 126,000 died.
Let us pray that peace be now restored to the world.
The effect that the war had on us, on the black people, only them going, somebody going in service didn't affect no differently because they were born in Depression and they had nothing, as far as financially. Anyway, only their relatives, some of them being drafted in the service, they mostly all died after they come back home because on account of being over there in trenches and things like that. Oh, there was a lot of stuff rationed, especially meat. Sugar was rationed. I think the shoes was rationed. And cigarettes was rationed. And gas was rationed. You had have gas, a book with tickets into it.
I remember them talking about the atomic bomb.
I don't know if we even heard too much about it until much later date, because I had no way of getting no news.
I don't remember much about it.
I didn't know what to think about it. All I was interested in the war being over. That's what effect that it took on me. I didn't know how much harm it had done or anything until a much later date.